All right. Yeah, so I predicted some things. This is based off Ludwig did one of those at the time. And I thought it'd be interesting cuz I think some of his predictions were all right. Okay, so let's see if my predictions are accurate. Disney hostile takeover is not successful, but concessions are made. Was the Disney hostile takeover successful? If not, were concessions made? Has faced multiple hostile takeovers, blah 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 blah. Pells initiated takeover bid was ultimately unsuccessful. Proactive measures and strategic decisions were instrumental in maintaining its autonomy without making significant concessions. Let me give myself some leeway too. Or were stockholder concessions made? And I might, because we know ChatGPT is very corporate interested. That's something we've kind of learned. I thought at first that ChatGPT was politically motivated, and I don't think it is, because there are certain political things that are like far left that it'll say are these are just completely wrong. Like I think I asked it denying insurance equivalent to murder, and it said no, this is an incredibly naive and like simplistic view of it. And if it was like in any way politically motivated, it would have given it like a leeway, but it didn't. I don't think it's political bias. I think it's corporate bias, which in some ways is political bias. Okay, Disney hostile takeover, but concessions are made. Here's where I'll give myself the leeway, because I'm going to use some weasel words. I'm the mainstream media today. I'm going to weasel out and say I'm right in any way I possibly can. Disney is going through a bit of some controversy. I think some concessions are made. I think some concessions have been made. Hostile takeover is not successful. I am correct with that. But concessions are made. That is the part that I am now arguing. What did I mean by concessions? Did I mean concessions in the hostile takeover? Because if I meant that, then I am wrong. Then I am partially correct. But if I meant concessions as in the company made decisions conceding to like shareholders, which Nelson Peltz ultimately is, then I am correct, because they are now making, they're removing transgender storylines, and they're removing like environmental storylines. So they're like actually going like way farther. So like they're making tons of concessions to try to remove all politics. And Bob Iger has now, for the like fourth time, said we're gonna stop doing politics. It's like, how many times are you gonna stop doing politics? It's like, how many times you gotta come out and say we're not gonna do politics, it's bad for business. But I think concessions were made, so I think I'm right. Twitter feuds with the EU. Elon Musk and third party exposes EU corruption. Has that happened before? Here's the thing. Germany, he did feud with Germany recently. Hold on. Let's just look up this. Has EU feuded with has engaged in several public disputes over various regulatory in 2024. November 2024, criticized the European Commission, labeling it undemocratic. Ooh, I'd say that's a feud. Digital service in July 2024, the EU charged X with breaching the DSA, accusing the platform of misleading users and failing to manage illegal content effectively. So, like what Instagram did. Support, this is the one that I actually thought of. Support for AfD in Germany. In December 2024, Musk expressed support for Germany's Alternative for Germany. This is the part that it might not give me. Yes. Holy shit. Elon Musk has recently accused the European Commission of proposing a clandestine agreement to censor content on his platform. Oh shit. They were part of the fucking what was that? The group? The mass censorship group? Oh shit. In exchange for avoiding fines under the EU's Digital Services Act, Musk contends that this proposal was illegal and has threatened legal action to expose the alleged offer. In response, the European Commission has charged X with violating the DSA. Oh, so they did it in retaliation. Oh shit. I think I win that. These developments have intensified the ongoing tensions between Musk and EU regulators, with both parties accusing each other of misconduct. I think I win that. Jeffrey Epstein files will be a nothing burger. Media will focus mostly on victims. Well, the first part was 100% right. This was made, by the way, you have to remember, this was made during like the week before it came out. So this was a prediction that it was going to be a nothing burger in a week. So I had no knowledge before. This was kind of when like all the hype was, like this was a very hyped up thing. People were like, oh my God, they're going to release the Jeffrey Epstein files. And I was like, nobody important is going to be released on that. And I was 100% right. But media will focus mostly on victims. That's the part where it might qualify the whole thing as only partially correct, because the media didn't focus on fucking anybody. They completely ignored that shit. Am I going to? Or it's not. I'm right. Will be a nothing burger. I think, and everybody, here's the thing. A lot of people thought this was going to be like a huge reckoning. And at the time, I was probably in the minority opinion saying, ain't no way they're gonna release a huge, big name people being released in a document. Ain't no way it's gonna fucking happen. I mean, and the people that it did release, everybody gave him the benefit of the doubt. We know Bill Clinton went to that island like 21 times. Fucking nothing happened about it. Absolutely nothing happened. It wasn't ultimately a nothing burger because it was just another scandal on top of Hollywood that has completely ruined like all of their credibility. So it had a ripple effect, but ultimately the Jeffrey Epstein files were a nothing burger. So I think I'm right. Internet shutdown will be a nationwide event. This was not what I thought it would be, but it did fucking happen. I thought this was my craziest prediction too. This is literally, if you watch the video, you will hear me say, this is a Alex Jones prediction. I literally was quoting Alex Jones saying there's going to be an internet shutdown. And this is the one that I was referring to. Fucking CrowdStrike. It was a nationwide event. Took down airports, medical agencies. Like, this was hugely disruptive for like a week. Almost every government institution. And this was literally an Alex Jones prediction. Civil war will be featured heavily on left-wing news pre-election. I think this is my first, like, no. I don't know of anything. There was that movie, but I think it was, like, kind of apolitical. The prediction was made when that just came out, when the Civil War movie, whatever, that one that was, like, produced by Obama or something. Like, Leave Them All Behind or something. I can't remember what it was. I never watched it, but I kind of thought that was going to be like the Democrat political strategy, was to be like, oh, there's going to be civil war. But it turns out they just went to like the Trump is Hitler thing. So what are you going to do, you know? What are you going to do? Hey, I mean, could have been why they lost. If they went with the Civil War strategy, maybe it was more effective. I don't know. EV Tesla controversy. There's a quick. I think I win this one. And obviously, I'd made this knowing about the Ford Mustang thing, and that wasn't actually a big issue. There wasn't any times where like, oh, your EV needs a software update, so your car is shut down for a day. Oh, the update failed, so I'm now a bricked vehicle. That actually didn't happen at all. But there was still controversies because like months after I had written this, it turns out that like electric vehicles just don't work in the snow. Just like at all. Like they completely shut down, the batteries fail, like batteries just don't work in the cold that well. So electric vehicles are just not suitable for like half the country. Market will slowly recover. I don't know why I did a prediction like this. I think it's generally true. Let's look up this one. Yes, the stock market experienced a significant recovery in 2024 with notable growth across various sectors. S&P 500 achieved a gain of approximately 25% over the year, achieving record highs. Yes, inflation has slowed in 2024, showing a downward trend throughout the year. Sure. Here's the thing though, it's like, even if like the market recovers, right? Like the stock market is not representative of like what average people feel, because generally the rich people are the ones that benefit the most from the stock market doing well. But I wrote it how I wrote it. So Deadpool 3 will be the highest grossing Disney movie of the year. I thought this was going to be like such a gimme. I thought this was like the easiest win because I didn't know about Inside Out 2. Every major sanctuary city but LA will revoke their sanctuary status. I don't think that's true. It wasn't like a wild theory. You would think at some point you'd be like, okay, you're gonna get rid of this system. The system's not working. And they didn't. They just wrote it out and they were like, no, it's fine. That's not the problem. It's like it's not the solution. I mean, December 2024, former New York Governor George Pataki compared sanctuary cities and states to Confederate rebels. Huh? Arguing that they violate the Constitution by not complying with federal immigration laws. Oh shit. This is a good no though. None of them did. States that remove Trump from ballot will have corruption exposed. This was a much bigger deal at the time because they had actually some states had like moved to remove Trump from the ballot. Yes, none of them ended up doing it because they were found legally unable to. States that remove Trump from ballot will have corruption exposed. And I don't even think that ended up happening because I think I remember the only one I remember was the one in Boston, the Boston mayor, and she had a bunch of corruption exposed. Like, I think she has not heard the end of it. Okay, so yeah, that's a no. AI will have a mostly sleeper year. What I said near the end of the video was that I don't think anybody is going to freak out about like, oh, AI video is slightly better. And generally, like, the hype is over. And from the graphs I've seen, the major advancements of AI has generally plateaued. The wording of this, though, might disqualify me because it did not have a sleeper year. It hasn't advanced, which was what I was the intention of my wording, but the actual wording that is written down may disqualify this one because it has not been a sleeper year for AI at all. Like it's not in the advancements, it's in the controversy of it. Has AI had a sleeper year in 2024? And let me bias this compared to 2023. Let me bias it a little bit. I'm giving myself experienced significant on building the momentum for 23. While some anticipate a sleeper year, the reality has been quite the opposite. Oh shit, I shouldn't have looked this up. The notable progress across various domains. Generative AI. The development of generative AI models continuing to accelerate with new applications emerging in creative fields such as art, music, and literature. Was AI music? It became more popularized, but the real brunt of it was like early 2023, and I don't really hear about it anymore. That's the thing, is that I'm judging this more by public sentiment. And I think the public sentiment outrage of it has like significantly slowed. More challenging evaluations are developed to assess the system's capabilities. This is like glazing itself, let's be honest. Industry adoption. This is the thing that I think might disqualify it. Is this like being adopted in like Hollywood now, you know? See a significant percentage of companies report the usage that using AI in their business strategy is a top priority. That's another thing too, is that it's like, it's the new corporate buzzword. Like last year it was blockchain and what was the other one? Decentralized was the new corporate buzzword. And now the new corporate buzzword is AI. And if you throw it into your corporate presentation, all the investors like get a hard on and they're like, oh, AI. But AI it's an emerging business. I'm gonna give myself a partially correct on that. I think I'm partially right. 6 out of 11 correct. I don't think I'm psychic. I'm gonna be honest. All right, predictions for 2025. Let's do one of the easy ones first. Assassin's Creed Shadows. Hold on. Do I want to go this far? Will flop. And the 10-cent buyout will be successful. I'm just gonna make a bold prediction. Just do it. Okay, here's a better prediction. Blue Sky will be irrelevant. Yeah, that's extremely likely. Because it's barely relevant now. The only reason that it has any amount of relevancy is because because news organizations are like running absolute lip service for it. It's the only reason why it's relevant. JFK files release. Proving government killed him and others. It's possible. It's possible that it happens. Gets fired from MSNBC. It's possible. It's possible. SpaceX lands on the moon. Is it possible? No, they're so far away. They're so far away from that. That'd be a crazy prediction, and it's very unlikely to happen. I'm just going for crazy predictions this year. And if I'm wrong on all of them, then all right, then I'm not psychic. Then I'm not psychic. I don't know what to. If these aren't right, then I'm not psychic. If I get more than half of them right, then maybe I'm psychic. I don't know. Maybe I'm a half psychic. Maybe one of my parents was a psychic. Oh, Kotaku shuts down. That's possible. It's possible. Polygon could too. The thing is, like, how difficult is it actually to like run a website? It's not like an entertainment company or something where you like have a lot of staff. It's just like you pay for the fucking domain name. I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know, because Polygon has a entertainment company. Let's see how Polygon's doing. Oof. 38K, 20K, 32K, 10K. Oh my god. Way more likely Polygon shuts down. 110. 56. 13. It's possible. Like, there's no environment, like the conspiracies are running dry. I can't even think of any conspiracies. Okay, bird flu. Nobody cares. I don't think anybody's gonna care. Let's do like Jay-Z. Accusations will be acquitted. That's more likely. Jimmy Kimmel will retire. Mass riots sweep the nation again. I think that's a possibility. All right. That is my predictions for 2025. It was very difficult to come up with predictions. Next year is very unpredictable year.